Let's start with the second problem. Greatest common. Uh, so, okay, so let's go with the two pointers, and let's start the first problem with the two pointers. Right. Okay. So, the question is move zeros. Uh, Given an integer. So first, let me erase my solution. So the question is given an integer array num. So the integer array of an integer is given to us. Move all the zeros to the end while maintaining the relative order of the non-zero elements. Okay, so the question is we have to move all the zeros present in the array to the end of the array, right? And while doing this, we cannot change the order of the other non-zero elements. So this is a bubble sort kind of a thing. So what we are gonna do is so okay, let's first let's first discuss our problem in a very detail. So let's say a, we have a array. So 3 4. So what we have to do is we have to make a array something like this, right? So in this is our given array, or this should be a returned, right? So how can we solve this? So let's first think about a very basic native approach. So what we can do is, right, so we will iterate through this array one by one and check if the current element is zero. Check if element is a zero. So if element is a zero, so we will swap with the next element until we reach the last element, right? And also we will maintain a pointer here that this is our last element. And okay, so once we have written all once we have written returned uh, okay, so once we have written the 0 to the last element, we will decrease the last element to this second last element, right? So what I'm talking about is, so let's say uh, we have a last element at 4. We will iterate through this array and check whether this is a 0 or not, this is a 0 or not, this is a 0 or not. So yeah, this is a 0. So so this array will look like, and for this is our last element right now. This is our this is our last element right now, and this is our current element. Okay okay now we will swap it with the next element. So this is our current element. No, so this is our current element, right? Okay, so 0 is there again. This will swap 0. This is our last element. Okay, so 1 2 3 0. So now we will swap it with the last element, and once we have the current element and the last element aligned, we will decrease our last element to the to its previous elements, so that we can check, we can ensure that we are going through the we can ensure that we will iterate uh, we can ensure that so that to decrease our workable range, right? So by workable range, what I mean is we have to see only this part of the array now, because we are done with this part, right? So let's say we have done this now, so we are done with this part, and we only have to look for this part now, right? So again, with the next, we can see 0 is our current element because this is 0, and 4 is our last element, and 0 is there. So 2 3 4 as a last element, 0 is the current element, and 0, and current element and last element matched, so that's why we decrease our last element, right? Now we will see if there is any 0 present in a workable space. So no 0 is present in our space, so we will return this. So this is, so by doing this we will return, we got our final output, right? So which matches with the which matches with the expected output. So we can solve this using this approach. So discussing about talking about the time complexity and space complexity. The time complexity, so we have to iterate it multiple times, so it is n square, because so this is n square because we have to iterate all over the array n times to see less than n square basically, but we can only say that this is the n square approach. Talking about the space complexity, no space is required, so O1. Can we solve it further? Can we this is a native ROACH, right? This is a native approach, right? Byron. This is a native approach. Can we optimize it? Can we make it a better? So let's talk about the better ROACH approach, right? Two pointers. So we can use it using, we can do it using 2 pointers. So what we gonna do is, we don't have to worry about these zeros, right? Because we know, we just have to worry about these numbers because we have to maintain the order of these numbers, right? So what we can do is, we can maintain the we can create a workable space, right? So let's see. So what we can do is, we can iterate through the array using 2 pointers and check if the current element is 0 or not. If the current element is 0, right? So okay, let's see. We can create a new array, right? And we can iterate through the old array, we can iterate through the given array and check if the current element is 0 or not. If current element is not 0, then we will append it to the new array, and after iterating through the array, we can just append the remaining elements with the 0, right? So what I'm new array, right? So our given array is 1 2 so the given array is 1 2 0 3 0 4, 1 2 0 3 0 4. We can make a new array, right? Which is, we will append 1 2 then 0, so we will remove we will ignore this. We'll append 3, then 0 we will ignore, then we will append 4, right? We are left with the 2 elements, right? So we will append 0 here and 0 here, right? So for this we have time complexity. We reduce the time complexity from n square to now n, because we just have to iterate once, and our space complexity, but we increased our space complexity to n. So oh shit, what is this? Okay, so can we optimize it now? I know I don't know the meaning of spelling of optimize, so please ignore this, guys, right? Using 2 pointers. So what we gonna do is, instead of creating this new array, what we're gonna do is we can overlap this on the existing array, right? So listen to me. 1 2 0 3 0 4. So this is our given array. We will maintain two pointers, two iterators, and we can check, and we will maintain two iterators, and one iterator for the iterating through the array, and second iterator for this new array, right? And we will maintain the new array inside the old array only. Even if if we if we uh, if we encounter a non-zero element, we will overlap on the new array wala iterator, and we will increase the new array iterator. And if we encounter a zero element, we will ignore this. So what I'm saying is, so we have an iterator here and both the iterators here, so we will overlap this on this. So that means we will increase both the iterators again here. Now we have both the iterators here, right? We have both the iterators at 0. So we will ignore it and increase our iterating wala iterator to the next element, but we will not increase our new array wala iterator, right? So this is iterator, this means iterator, this means new array iterator, right? So now we have 1 2 0 पे new array वाला iterator and 3 पे iterator, right? So now we encounter a non-zero element. So while encounter a non-zero element, we will overlap the element on the new array wala iterator. So this will make 1 2 3 and 3 with non-zero wala iterator, and 0 with iterator wala iterator. Again we encounter a 0, so we will ignore this and we will increase the iterator wala iterator. So 0 with nothing and 4 with non-zero wala iterator. Again we have encountered the non-zero element with the non-zero with the iterating wala iterator. So we will overlap this on new array wala iterator. So 3 will be overlapped with the 4. Now we have 0 with the new array wala iterator and 4, and we have iterated through the array. So the iterator wala iterator is completed its work. So now we will go through the remaining part of the array for the new array wala iterator and make all the arrays 0, right? So this will gonna 2 3 4 0, and now this encounter 4, so this will become 0 here, right? I hope you understand my point of view, what I'm trying to say. So now let's code this. What we're gonna do is we will create two iterators. So iterator 1 is on 0, iterator 2 is on 0, right? We have given the array nums. So let's, while iterator 1 is less than length of nums, if nums, if we encounter any non-zero element is not equals to 0, so nums it2 will overlap on a will overlap it on a new array wala iterator, and we will increase it1 plus equals to 1 2 plus equals to 1, right? Else IT1 plus equals to 1, right? Now we will make all the remaining elements for the IT2 0, right? Let's see, is there any thing I have done wrong? Okay, sorry. IT2 plus equals to 1, which I forgot to mention. Yeah, all the test cases getting passed using this approach. I'm gonna submit it. Yeah, I have done with I have submitted the most optimized approach of this. Thank you guys for your patience and completing this video. I've solved this using two approaches. I have shown a dry run of the native approach, a better approach, and the most optimized approach. I hope you gain some knowledge from this. This video is for my personal development and my self development project. With I am solving this. I'm gonna solve these 75 questions by my own and creating a video of every question, so that I can see my improvement in me. I can practice the communication and explaining wala thing in for the interviews. Also, I am gonna solve the problem of the day of the lead code and probably geeks for geeks. Uh, if you wanna see those videos, if you wanna try some new approaches, you can go through these videos also. So thank you. If you have any suggestions for me, please feel free to comment. Thank you.